Right, this is the diary a couple of days, or nearly a week after the debacle of the fire. Oh look, a new fence panel. Here's the bush that took the brunt of the fire, and up there we have some charred remains of the corner of the garage. How that shed there next to it didn't actually catch fire, a miracle. But there we are, just a quick look through at the debris in the garden of Charlie and Co. And that is where it all started. Sue's actually been doing some clearing up in the last few days, so this doesn't actually look quite as grotesque as it did initially. So this is the carpet, which is on the other side of the garage, that's been brushed out rather, covered in molten felt, which dropped from the roof and then subsequently cooled, turned into like lava effectively, which was very crunchy when we walked in, because it had been also covered with water for about half an hour by the fire brigade. As you can see, maybe, I'm not sure how well this is going to come out, but all these dots on everything actually is molten felt, which on this side of the garage, actually this is the left front of the garage is probably the least damaged, but pretty well everything that this stuff touches is totally unusable because it's just set hard now. Anyway, in we come. This has been brushed out nicely. It was a total mess, which was in the carpet just showed you. Here we got the frame of plastic tubs and so on that we use to keep spare parts and so on. As you can see, taking a bit of a heat here. A lot of things have melted. Some stuff in there may be savable, but at the moment we can't actually open these because they've been melted closed. Sorry sight of the footwear that was on the top shelf there, which melted. That was all in bags actually, so it's melted the bags and then melted the actual shoes as well. This is some other tidying up that Sue's done from the bike lock-up, so it's still, as you can see, a bit of a mess. Upstairs, can you shine the light on that, lovely? Not sure how easy it is to see this, but that's obviously the timbers that have been charred. Just up here. Yeah. This is what was causing the concern, because there's about 2 ton of tiles on the roof. So the fact that these timbers took a bit of a pasting was a concern to the fire brigade. But actually they have actually confirmed it's okay to be in here. Oh, this is the freezer, which I hadn't seen before. Sue's unpacked all this. Obviously all the food is dead. Stinks, everything stinks. Look, that's smoke damage in there, which I hadn't seen before.
Can't open the fridge.
Can't actually open the fridge. Okay, there we go. So that's the wheelie bin, which took a bit of a painting. There's some sorry stuff out here, which is all in the bike lock-up, which we've taken out of the bike lock-up now. But again, as you can see, everything's covered in this molten stuff. I haven't seen that one before actually. That one took a little bit more of a kicking than the other. I've no idea what was it. I hope nothing was in that actually, but you never know.
Swiss ball that popped.
Oh yeah, one of the Swiss balls. The suitcases that had just gone in there the day before from our holiday. Various bits of bikes and so on. That it's not too much actual fire damage over this side of but it's all this molten stuff coming down that's caked onto everything. Strange enough, a lot of the toilet rolls survived. Explain that one. In we come to so this has been a bit rearranged. Sue's been doing a bit of tidying up in the last few days, but I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but yeah, probably not very well. Suffice to say that the bikes are totaled. If you ever wondered what was underneath the covering of the concourse saddle. There's the evidence. There's some of the handlebars and stuff that were just melted away, and tyres and wheels and so on that just took the brunt. As the fire came into this corner, the canyon that I just put in the day before, well, was white at one point, it's now orange. Obviously the wheels melted. This is a slightly surreal look here. The Garmin, that's where you can see that, it's now turned into a long thin strand of Garmin holder. Mountain bikes, they've been moved, but they took slightly less of the hit, but they are still caked in this molten stuff. Sue's Kubota there, looking a bit sorry for itself. Planet X up there. In total there were 10 bikes in here. I don't even know what that is that's attached itself to there's my racing bike. Won't be doing too much racing on that ever again. And oh yeah, some of the dramatic stuff was the fans and stuff that just melted and collapsed under the weight. They're being tidied up a little bit now, so they don't look quite as dramatic. This is Sue just reminded me, this is something from the car which will need replacing now. The back
that's melted at the top.
Unfortunately that's melted on there, so that will need to be replaced. That's the back parcel shelf for the Mondeo, which is a shame because that will no doubt be quite an expensive item, but there we go. Nearly made it, not quite. These are my expensive handlebars that are no longer that valuable.
I don't even know what that was.
No, some of these things you don't actually recognise, which is slightly odd. Not sure how much of this you'll be able to see because it's dark in here, obviously, because all the electrics, strangely enough, failed. It's the Dali painting effect here that I like. This stuff obviously was nowhere near the fire itself, but just took the heat and became slightly surreal looking. Anyway, we're going to get on now and start to do some cleaning. Just thought I'd make a little bit of footage for people just in case they want to see how this panned out. It's not quite as dramatic as it was earlier in the week, as Sue's been busy away, working away. Get this a little bit more in order, but this is our Easter weekend. Cheers.